Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Monday Night Raw. And it was an absolute trash. The show was trash. I mean, I fell asleep for most of the show. I seen bits and pieces here and there. I had to go back and rewatch a lot of the things that was going on. But from what I can see from the little parts I watched, it was garbage. I slept most of the show and I got caught up in 3 minutes. It was nothing meaningful happening tonight. Nothing that really was over the hill or anything. It was just a complete garbage and nonsense. Moving on. Yeah, the show started off tonight with anybody with a half a brain knew how it was going to start off tonight. It started off with the ring general. The ring general. Gunther. Wow, so exciting. He had to come in and he had to come out and rub the victory of John Cena in everybody's face. They booed him. He walked back and forth, yelling, calling John Cena a bitch. And that's another thing. I don't get WWE nowadays. Why do WWE think when you use the bitch word, that's supposed to be, oh my God, it's so amazing. He cursed. He said the bitch word. Oh my God. Oh, he put emphasis on that. Oh, he's really going crazy. Oh my God. He's really entertaining the fans. No. Just because you come out and call somebody a bitch don't mean that I'm going to jump out my seat and do cartwheels and roll around on the floor. We don't care. No one cares about this guy. Only person who cares about this guy is Triple Fraud. That's the only person that cares about this guy. This guy's not entertaining. He's boring. He like a cyborg. He walk around like a zombie. And he's irritating. Like, oh, man, let me calm down. Anyway, he continued to disrespect John Cena, stand on the announce table, walk back and forth. He called John Cena a bitch multiple times. Walked up the ramp, walked back down the ramp, got in the ring, got on the rope, got on top of the announce table again, and just said, "Yeah, I retire John Cena. I'm the best. I told you I was gonna make him give up. I told you I was gonna make him give up." And the crowd just continued to boo him. Anyway, moving on. So this clown then proceeds to walk backstage. He walked past Otis and whatever the guy name, I forgot his name. He's so irrelevant. He's a jobber anyway, so it really doesn't matter. I don't understand why it matters. Otis' opinion matters in the first place. Who cares about Otis? He a jobber too. So he walked past the manager of Raw, and the guy is real mad. Like, I don't get it. What you mad for? He going out there talking shit about beating John Cena and you furious. Okay, what you don't, that's favoritism, isn't it? What reason do you have to be mad at Gunther? And Gunther, right? I don't believe he doing anything wrong. He's talking shit, he's celebrating. So what? That's not, he beat John Cena. So what else you expect him to do? Like, they act like he went out there and he just cursed the whole WWE organization and spilled some secrets. But anyway, he then walks to R-Truth. R-Truth calls him a piece of shit or whatever. Well, I think I got that out of order, but who cares? Everybody hates Gunther at this point. Everybody's down on Gunther. So Gunther walks to the parking lot. He's told by the manager that he has to leave the show. He's done for the night for disrespecting John Cena. And AJ Styles sitting on his car, mean mugging him when he gets to the parking lot. So he smiles at AJ Styles' face, laughs, and AJ Styles moves out his way, let him get in the car. He let the window down. He do the "you can't see me" hands that John Cena used to do, and continue to laugh and troll the WWE universe and everybody. And AJ Styles stands there mad, which he didn't say anything. It's nothing for you to say. That's none of your business. He beat John Cena, not you. So let me guess, they trying to set up the AJ Styles retirement match by making Gunther retire AJ Styles. That's the only thing I got out that segment because it didn't make no sense. Why was AJ Styles sitting on his car in the first place? So you went to the parking lot to sit on the man's car, not to say anything when you see the man? It makes no sense. The booking is trash. It makes no sense. Anyway, moving on. We then get to the Usos versus the New Day. Now, this is the part of the show when I fell asleep. Because we seen this match 10 years ago. Why are these guys still competing? Like, you can't develop any new tag teams to entertain the fans? So I fell asleep. I heard the bell, ding, 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 and the winner, the Usos. And that's when I woke up and what's going on? The Usos won. Yay! The Usos beat the New Day. Yay! Kofi Kingston got a full beard with no mustache. Yay! Anyway, moving on. So now we move on further into the show. We get to the same thing we've been seeing for the last 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, or maybe even months. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky hugging each other coming out. So they come out, and guess what, everybody? I want a drum roll for this. It's going to be surprising. It's going to be so exciting. I want you guys to really, really, really get ready for what I'm about to announce next. Guess what happened next, ladies and gentlemen? It was a melee! For the 4th or 5th, 6th, 7th time in a row, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky and the Kabuki Warriors had a melee! I'm so excited. This copy and paste bullshit by Triple Fraud every week. Guess what? It's another melee! Because I just want to see melees every week of Raw with no storytelling, no proper booking, just continue melees every week. Melee, 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 no competitive matches, just melee, 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 melee. What the hell is we watching? Same bullshit every week. They had more melees than they had matches this year in 2025. If Triple H can't think of nothing else, or his writing team can't think of nothing else, just throw a melee in there. You know what? You want to start a new story? No, we don't need to start a new story. Just throw a melee in there. And if they can't get over, throw a melee in there. And if the melee don't work, guess what? Throw a melee in there. There's really nothing to talk about here. And the acting skills of Rhea Ripley is trash, because you can tell that Oscar barely spit any of the mist in her face, and she still is acting like it's so burned. Her face look clean, but she's all, oh my God, help. Moving on, man. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now this is the part when I went back to sleep. I watched a couple minutes of this match. This was one of the worst women matches I've seen in the year 2025, and I swear I'm not exaggerating. Roxanne, I'm missing the names. They so irrelevant, I can't even remember the names, and if I can't remember the names, that's a bad thing. Maxine Dupree need to be fired at this point. She need to be released from WWE. She came out and put on the worst wrestling clinic I seen in my life. What the Rock say? I have to thank you guys for being the largest gathering of trailer park trash, walking God's green earth I ever seen. This was the worst match I ever seen in the women's division for the year 2025. NXT wrestlers perform way better than this. You can't tell me one NXT wrestler that Maxine, whatever her name is. You can't tell me one NXT competitor that she's outperforming, and she's the IC champion. She took 2-3 weeks off to prepare and train just to do a televised match, and when she finally does the televised match is trash. This match is garbage. What are we doing? You wasting people's time and money. I feel sorry for people who pay for Netflix and all these streaming platforms to watch this garbage. Anyway, moving on, and this is angry moving on. So now this is the only part of the show that was kind of entertaining to me, that I found that was entertaining, because it was funny. So CM Punk comes out and cut a promo, right? And we all know that Braun Breaker has made remarks about taking CM Punk World Heavyweight Championship and possibly taking his wife. So CM Punk comes out to respond, because you know CM Punk has been on TV in probably like 2 weeks. So he came out to respond. And he said some of the things that I found was really funny. He said, if you ever say anything about my wife again, it's not going to be about a wrestling championship. It's going to be personal. I'm going to rip your eyeballs out your head, and I'm going to pee on your 1-point IQ brain. I'm like, huh? Where the hell you get some of this shit from? Like, what the hell? So anyway, he basically saying if Braun Breaker mentioned his wife again, it's gonna get real. It's gonna get real in the field. It's gonna be some furniture moving. It's gonna be some earrings taken off. It's gonna be some eyelashes taken off if he say anything else about his wife. And I found that funny. The way he put the emphasis on it and really tried to drill into us that he's not playing. CM Punk not fucking around. CM Punk is gonna kick some ass if you disrespect his wife again. Anyway, moving on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this next part of the show, I'm gonna start off by saying, at the end of all this, we will get the masked man. Who the masked man been? Because you know it's been a masked man attacking everybody for weeks and weeks and weeks ever since the War Games. So we move on to the Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul match, which is the main event of Raw. So Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul goes 1-on-1. It's pretty much what you would expect from a Logan Paul and a Rey Mysterio match. Back and forth. All the way to the end of the match where Paul Heyman appears to have some brass knuckles that he gives Logan Paul. Logan Paul puts the brass knuckles on. He attempts to use it on Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio drop him to the second rope. And he hits the 619. And when he hit the 619, he looks and sees there's brass knuckles on the floor. So he attempts to use the brass knuckles. Then a masked man come out of nowhere and attacks Rey Mysterio and calls Rey Mysterio the match. So the masked man run into the crowd because CM Punk come out whooping ass. And when CM Punk comes out whooping ass, he come out with a chair. He attacked Bronson Reed. He attacks Braun Breaker. And the masked man, he gets out of Dodge. He goes into the crowd and he proceeds to take off his mask. And guess what, everybody? And I know if you watch this video, you probably already revealed who the masked man is. But just in case you haven't been revealed who the masked man is, can I get a drum roll? The Scooby-Doo in the game has solved the mystery. The masked man is Austin Theory! Yay! We did not know it was Austin Theory! Yay! I'm so excited to see a shaved bald head Austin Theory! Yay! I'm so excited! Anyway, moving on. So Austin Theory's the masked man, ladies and gentlemen. Which Austin Theory could have came out as Austin Theory and cost CM Punk and the guys the War Games match, and he could have came out as himself. I didn't understand why he had to be a masked man to do it, and why are you using Seth Rollins moves? It just don't make no sense. It don't make me more excited about the content. The content is still trash. This has been a trash Raw. So after all that, after Austin Theory reveals that he's the masked man, CM Punk then gets speared by Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed takes his belt, get down real low and tell CM Punk, if you ever make any comments about my family again, you will never walk again. Because early on in the promo, which I forgot to mention, CM Punk disrespects Scott Steiner and Rick Steiner in the promo. So that he's Braun Breaker basically said it would be personal if you bring up my family again. And that's the end of Raw, ladies and gentlemen. Wasn't it so great? It was so great, wasn't it? It was absolute garbage. This was garbage can juice, booty juice, with Dookie crumbs sprinkled on top. It was no meaning behind this episode of Raw. It was not entertaining. The matches were trash. Almost all the matches were trash. I fell asleep on the Usos versus the New Day match. And the rest of the match after that was pretty much garbage. Bullshit ass melees for a bullshit ass show. Another Raw in the books. We almost at 2026 and this whole WWE calendar year for 2025 has been trash. From the beginning, from the first match on Netflix earlier this year to now, the show has still been garbage. On the top of the charts, garbage after garbage week, every week, the show is trash. So if Triple H, which we know he's not going to do something about his poor booking, we're going to continue to get garbage. We're going to continue to get Dookie juice every week for the rest of the eternity of the existence of WWE. So if I had to rate this show, I'd give a show a 1 out of 10 for putting me to sleep multiple times, bullshit ass melees, bullshit ass matches, and stupid ass endings. Goodbye.